You've been waiting for it since November, and it's finally here. Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. It's the first day of spring, but you already knew that thanks to everything you noticed from today's list of top 5 signs it's spring. Here we go. Number 5, instead of lying to your kids about Santa, you're lying about the Easter Bunny. Top 5 signs it's spring. Number 4, you're falling asleep easier. Thank you, baseball. Number 3, after 6 months, the clock in your car is finally right. Top 5 signs it's spring. Number 2, you returned from Daytona Beach with a burning sensation. And the number 1 sign it's spring, the New York Jets are preparing to blow a draft pick. There you have it. Today is the first day of spring, and the Oakland A's are already eliminated from the playoffs. Video has emerged of Kate Middleton in public with Prince William. Witnesses say she appeared happy and healthy, and her circuit board only glitched once. The Chicago Bears traded quarterback Justin Fields to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fields can't wait to get on the field and overthrow a brand new group of receivers.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
To learn from his mistakes, it's time for Am I a Jerk on Rock 107.
All right, am I a jerk? I'm at a fast food place on Sunday. There's a grandmother there, and she's got 2 girls with her, about 4 and 6 maybe. And they were loud and kind of bratty, but not a big deal until they got to the Coke Freestyle machine. Now the 6-year-old, she wants to pour her own soda, but she can't quite reach. So she's stretching and she's mashing and hitting the wrong buttons. The grandma holds her up so she can reach, but she's still having issues. She somehow changed the language in Spanish. She can't understand it. What does that say, Grandma? And now there's a line forming, and Grandma tries to pour the drink for her, but the kids start yelling, I want to do it! So she's back to holding her up. I'm 3 deep in the line for a soda when I said, hey, Grandma, I'll give your kid $1 if I can pour her soda. I'd like to get home before midnight. Am I a jerk?
What are you, 13 years old? You're getting mad waiting in line for your mango lime Coke? Drink Diet Coke like a grown-up Prospector.
Now, oddly enough, it was vanilla Coke Zero. Is that grown up enough or no?
Oh, Coke Zero's, that's grown up enough. I thought you were going to mix one of those weird flavors like you were a kid or a millennial or something.
No, but you're still saying I should have been a little more patient? Is that where you're getting at?
Yeah, just a little more patient around little kids.
All right, so kind of a jerk today.
Kinda.
Linda says you're not a jerk. The grandmother could have gotten the drinks, especially with the line formings. The kids can't even reach it. Carrie Ann says, no, I take my 5-year-old niece out for lunch occasionally. She knows it's rude to keep others waiting in line. If she acts like that, we will leave. Got one on open mic from the Rock 107 app.
This is Frank from Goldsboro. He's not a jerk on this one. Well, maybe not totally a jerk, but maybe a tiny, tiny bit. And thank you for your job. Thank you. Keep on rocking.
All right, Frank. So maybe a tiny, tiny bit of a jerk on this one, according to Frank. Nicole, she's not saying tiny at all. She's saying, yeah, let this woman teach her grandkids how to be independent. Have a heart. Maybe waiting saved you from an accident. Maybe it did. I don't know. Am I a jerk? Kevin says absolutely not. Not only do kids not respect anyone, the grandmother should have respect for other people as well. You are not a jerk. I don't know if that's a quadruple negative or not, but I think he means I'm not a jerk. Am I a jerk?
Morning, Prospector.
Good morning.
Hey, after you got done yelling at that little kid, did you go out and get in a fight with her in the jungle gym, too? Kids like to do stuff like that.
I get that kids like to do stuff like that. Grandparents and parents are supposed to teach them to wait until everybody else has their stuff, then go back in line and do stuff like that.
No, you got to have a little patience. They're kids. They like stuff like that.
So today, in the question of, am I a jerk? And it was closer than I thought, but no, I'm not a jerk.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A bunch of neighbors in western Pennsylvania banded together to save a deer with a plastic jug stuck on its head. The deer would have starved, but a couple named Matt and Lisa Mertz managed to catch it. Matt held it down, and Lisa got the jug off.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107. It's time to uncover the most outrageous and idiotic content of the digital realm. We're about to embark on a journey of unintentional hilarity. Online handles have been changed to protect the stupid. It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
Still confused, 570 says, just gave up on my New Year's revolution. I started smoking. What does it mean, asks, why when you step on a nail, do they give you a tennis shot? What is that even? Is it the same as the tennis they play at Win Bill Dumb? Phonetic Speaker 23 writes, I hate when folks try to man-nipple-ate me.
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
Confused Woodsman says, I went to the garden center and asked for toiletries. Not one person could help me. Come on, man, get better help. Laundry Racer asks, what does it mean, starch your engines?
X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
So Close 717 says, not a vegetarian or a carnivore. Maintain a balanced diet. Biology Smiology says, how do you give a woman an organism? And Needs a Map writes, sick of the losers around these parts. I'm getting out. Goodbye, Texas. Hello, Houston.
It's X-Stupidity on Rock 107.
You don't want to heckle this guy. Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. He's kind of famous for being cantankerous, so you would expect that John Mellencamp probably wouldn't suffer fools gladly. And you'd be right. But even by curmudgeon standards, this could be described as hair trigger. You're about to hear possibly the shortest version of John Mellencamp's Jack and Diane ever. Now, he was doing a show on Sunday night in Toledo, Ohio. And while he was telling a story about his grandmother, an impatient heckler called out, for more rock, less talk. Like, play some music, man. Turns out Mellencamp's patience is even shorter. Check this out.
And she went, it's just like you, buddy, to be a smart aleck when I'm talking to Jesus. And then it got real quiet.
No.
What do you think I've been doing? Hey, Joe, find this guy and let me see him after the show. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted. Guys, I can stop this show right now and just go home. Since you've been so wonderful, I'm going to cut about 10 songs out of the show. Here we go. A little ditty. Got Jack Diane. Show's over.
Yeah, according to the Toledo Blade, which is one of the newspapers out there, Mellencamp did walk off the stage, although the concert wasn't actually over. He eventually returned and treated the crowd to classics like Rain on the Scarecrow, Lonely All Night, Pink Houses, and more. The paper notes overall, John Mellencamp's return to Toledo was mostly a joyous experience, despite the presence of a few rude people who need to learn proper etiquette about behaving in public. Mellencamp's tour hits East Lansing, Michigan tonight. If you want to make the trip and politely enjoy the show, he is in Washington, D.C. on April 18th. He doesn't get all that close to us again until near the fall with the show outside of Buffalo on September 17th. A complete list of dates can be found at mellencamp.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather round the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Jam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds.
Nominee number 1.
People say you should be in love with your work, but with some jobs, that's just not realistic. Although this guy really pushed the envelope. A 32-year-old man in Colorado named Stephen Masalta got busted last month after allegedly getting frisky all the way with some of the products at the store, including fruits, vegetables, and baked goods. Oh, and it's disgusting. I mean, these are items that are not sealed, and unfortunately, or fortunately, he wasn't caught in the act. Police nabbed him after he was seen pleasuring himself outside numerous coffee shops and businesses. That led to them searching his home, where they found video evidence of his vile supermarket desecration. Those videos were from last summer. Stephen is facing a slew of charges, with more on the way, including attempted sexual assault on a child, because some of the viewers/victims of the disturbing grocery store antics are believed to be minors.
Nominee number 2.
This has happened to you, right? You've been jamming to the radio at the red light and realize somebody in the next car over is looking at you. It's one of those embarrassing, oh my gosh, I thought I was alone moments. Kind of like this one. Police in rural Minnesota got a report of an elderly man walking down the side of the road with a shotgun. Now, the person who called it in said it seemed suspicious because the guy tried to hide the gun as they drove by. So an officer went to check it out and eventually found a man who fit the description, but he didn't have a shotgun. Turned out he was getting his daily walk-in and had his walking stick with him. So why was he trying to hide that? Well, he told the cops he likes to listen to music on his walks and eventually admitted he was playing air guitar when the person drove by. His knee-jerk reaction was to stop and hide the stick. That's why it seemed so suspicious. No word on what band he was listening to.
And the winner is
the supermarket worker who got frisky with produce and baked goods. These items are unwrapped, you know. Oh, and it happened months ago and they just caught him, so who knows who ate what? It's all so gross. But you're the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.